All right, what's up, y'all? So I have a conversation that I highly recommend that you listen to or watch, and this is between Joe Rogan and Russell Brand. These are two people that I recommend you follow and pay attention to anyway, but they put out so much information, it's hard to keep up with. And so my commitment to you is to bring to you what I feel like is going to be interesting and useful and insightful or inspiring or something along those lines. And this is definitely one of those conversations. I really, really enjoyed it. And just to summarize why I want to share something like this with you, because it's important to be awake and aware to what is happening in the world. And it is more leverage for you to do the things that we talk about all the time as it pertains to health and preparedness and readiness. All right, so I'm just going to highlight a few things I thought were really interesting. So first of all, in the beginning of the conversation, they talk about a lot of people feeling like we're on the verge of something big and drastic happening. And I certainly feel that way sometimes. I try not to focus on that, though. I try to focus on the things that we talk about and living in the moment and enjoying my life and empowering others. But you can't help but get caught up in that sometimes. But they said that in some ways we're already living in an apocalypse because there are people all over the world that are suffering beyond our comprehension because we're in this comfortable modern world. But even if you look at this comfortable modern world and you look around you, a lot of people are suffering and struggling. A lot of people they're not privy to the information that we have around health. So their health is horrible and their lives are miserable and they're just not fulfilled. And so in some ways that is living in the apocalypse, right? And again, it's more of an argument to do the things that we always talk about doing. They also get off into the pandemic a little bit and they talk about how, if we would have spent as much money on practical health practices like exercise and eating better food or real food or non-processed food or something like that, and getting outside and getting sun and taking vitamin D and other helpful supplements. If the powers that be would have spent as much time and money pushing the things that actually work, we would have gotten tremendous results from it. And so one of the things that we could be thankful for from the pandemic, even though it's tragic that a lot of people have suffered from it, is that it's highlighted the corruption of the government and big industry and the collusion between the two. And I think more and more and more people are becoming awake and aware to the fact that a lot of these people in leadership positions do not have your best interests at heart. And it's tragic, but it's true. Um, I love this little conversation they had where they talked about how, when I do something that's bad for me, I suffer from it. And I should want to change from that, but I don't need someone to force me to change my habits. Like my habits give me immediate feedback and tell me what works and what doesn't work. And then towards the end, if you don't understand and know that the news is not something to trust or pay attention to, especially the mainstream news outlets, they go through this whole deal about how the news is a show now. Like it really is. It's like watching something on Netflix, like a series or something. It's very curated. The messages are very consistent across the main news stream outlets. And then finally, they talk a little bit about the CBDC, which is the central bank digital currency that's probably rolling out, the social credit score, and how it's something to be aware of and be prepared because it's just another way that they're going to use to control and manipulate the populations to get the results that they want. So, and what to do about that, I'm not so sure, except for focusing on the things that we talk about all the time, which is your personal health, your personal readiness and preparedness, your personal wealth, your savings, probably investing in some sound money like silver and gold and Bitcoin or something along those lines. But anyway, I thought this was a great conversation. Highly recommend that you listen or watch. Would love your feedback on it. Tell me what you think, okay? Questions, comments, feedback, snide remarks, send it my way. Keep it real.